Hello and welcome to a smerdp video, and Christmas came early. I generally was not expecting this till the new year, and neither was my wallet. Thank you Hasbro for not releasing these in September, promising to release them in January and then screw me over in December. Thank you. Happy Christmas, everyone. Anyway, regardless of that, I'm very happy to have this, and I ordered 3. Let me know how many you ordered, if any. Let me know if you skipped this completely. So X-Men 97 Marvel's Sentinel. And then on this side, we have this beautiful piece of artwork. No idea where this box is going, probably in the attic. And then on the back, you have lots of sort of designs of ways you can make your Sentinels look if you brought more than one. And then the X-Men Find the Sentinel. I think that's similar to, that is the promo shop pretty much there. And then down here, this is what it comes with. And here are all the figures that have been released in the 97. Are we on wave? We must be on wave 3. Wave 1, 2, 3. That's not even right. But anyway, there we go. And then on the top, you've got this nice X Sigma. Oh my goodness. Sign. I don't know what I'm saying now. I'm just too excited. So anyway, let's get Sentinel out of the box and have a closer look. Okay, so out of the box here is Sentinel looking fully animated and absolutely stunning piece. I will show animated Sentinel against HasLab Sentinel later on so we can see the difference in terms of scale. But actually, I like how sort of condensed this is, and it feels like it works really well. Okay, I would have liked a more comic version Sentinel, but animated Sentinel is cool. I really do like it. I'm not a big fan of these little lights though, and I feel like they've missed a battery LED trick like they did with the HasLab, unless I've gone completely mad and I've missed it myself, for which, tell me, I will apologize if I've missed that. I will try and double check before I get to the end of this video to save myself some embarrassment. But if you've already commented saying there is LEDs in there, thank you very much. So splendid piece, very simple in terms of colors all the way through. You got the purple, the light sort of purple and the dark sort of purple, or pink if you want to call it, entirely up to you. And then we just carefully turn it around. So very difficult. I'm not doing this with my stand because it's a bigger figure. This is a little bit disappointing me. Not that you're going to be really showing the back piece, but they could have just put in a couple little plugs there. I've also got a little scratch on mine, which is a little bit disappointing considering the amount of money these cost. QC should be a priority, right, in terms of achieving this. So there we go. There is Sentinel as a whole. I will do articulation. I will try and use my stand and try and make that as painless as possible. Now, he does come with some extras. So we have damaged faceplate and damaged sort of head. And then we have damaged centerpiece. And then we have blaster. So we have one short one, one long one, and then they all sort of combine to make this great big effect, which I'm looking forward to putting together. Now, one of my other gripes with this, which I feel for fans that haven't got the HasLab Sentinel, because it didn't come with a tendril to add on there. However, I do have my HasLab, and I have checked it. I think it fitted. I could be wrong. We will try it later regardless. But I feel like that is a tad bit disappointing that they didn't do that piece with this figure. Okay, articulation is, I'm going to do this in 2 sections. Hopefully you don't know so much. So, head can move all the way around like so. Little movement up and down as well. Oh, there's how that headpiece comes off as well. So arm can do full 360. You can lift up like so. There is swivel there. There's swivel there. Now it is double on the arm, like so. That brings us to the hands. So we have articulation on the thumb quite nicely, and on the fingers as well. There we go, like so. Do feel a little bit like jelly, but do be cautious. Remember, this is an expensive figure, so you want to make sure that you can, you know, that's the wrong finger. You can flip it, right? There we go. Sorry, I couldn't resist. Such a childish thing to do. Now, you can move him there, like so. He's got this sort of rubber pants thing going on here. So, but there is movement there. Just be cautious. And then I will adjust my camera and we can have a look at the leg articulation. Okay, not that I'm expecting you to do anything crazy with the legs, because this is a Sentinel. They don't do crazy things with their legs anyway, but you can ratchet out that far. Ratchet back in. You can kick forward slightly. The buttocks piece prevents it from going back in reality. Nice swivel there on the thigh. You've got the double on the leg. Nice strong ratchet going on there. There is a swivel on the shin. I forgot what it's called. And there is movement on the feet, which is probably the most perhaps important piece of this. Right, there we go. Right, without ado, let's bring in HasLab Sentinel so we can have a look. Okay, as promised, here is Sentinel next to HasLab Sentinel, so you can see the real difference in terms of size, and you can tell the difference between animation and, I guess, comic. That's what we're going to call that, where this looks really detailed mechanical, whereas this is nice and smooth. That's the way to look at it. And also you can see that I've added the HasLab tendril on there. So once again, I feel very disappointed in terms of this release that this just didn't happen. It seems a bit silly and a wasted opportunity from Hasbro, considering what this is, over 100 quid cheaper than this. All right, this came with lots of tiers, etc., with figures, etc., but still, and you could have given us this. Now, next up, which I will do off camera because I'm freehanding this review due to size, is let's put the Master Mold head sculpt on. I feel like he is worthy of being Master Mold now, and these are his little baby Sentinels, right? Okay, once again, you can see the gulf in terms of size, and obviously I've just added on the Master Mold head from HasLab, and that brings it up even bigger because that is a bigger head sculpt than the Sentinel. But actually, this feels quite nice now. I actually like the idea in my collection that this is Master Mold and that he has Sentinel, and I have brought a couple more. I was hoping to get them all at once because what I intended to do was have two of them stand next to each other as one battle damaged and one regular, to make the viewing a bit easier. But you know what, Hasbro Pulsar, one's been sent and I'm waiting for the other two to come, so very, very frustrating. But looking forward to getting those as well and having not an army, because you would have to buy 5 or 6, and I tell you what, if I had the money I would buy 5 and 6. My wife may kick me out, but I would have done it quite easily. But yeah, it looks very, very nice together. I can make this work, if I'm being honest with you, in my display quite easily. So that leads us to, let's add on some of those effects before going to final the battle damaged version of Sentinel at the end. Okay, the X-Men are up. So first round is Cyclops, Gambit, Rogue, and Jean Grey. Jean Grey's got her deflection shield up. Scott is firing an optic blast, and Remy is throwing some cards. Whilst Miss LeBeau, she is married to him in the comics, is about to smack him full frontal in the head. Meanwhile, we've got the blast effect going off here with one of the hands. And you can see you got this massive sort of eruption, and then it sort of defines into a single blast. And then you can obviously change out the smaller one for the longer one, which I will do when I do Damage Sentinel in a minute. And we will bring in some different X-Men, why not? Some are from the animated 97, And I think some of these comic versions as well. I can't remember which. I think these ones are animated if I remember correctly. So let's move on to that next piece. Okay, here is a Battle Damage Sentinel facing off some of the other X-Men, both either comic or 97 or animated, if you include Jubilee. So a real mix, so you can mix it up if you like. I think with the Sentinel, you could shove in your comic figures with it. I think you can make it work, to be honest with you. It may not be perfect, but I could easily see them perhaps releasing just a normal comic version Sentinel. They could easily do that. They've got the mold, so why not? So fingers crossed that happens at some point. But for the meantime, quite happy with the animated version as well. This damaged head sculpt looks absolutely great. I think that's phenomenal. Really, really simple piecing. You just pop them out nice and easy. And then you pop these in nice and easy. So just damaged, ravaged Sentinel looks great. Add in a couple of X-Men and you've got yourself a showpiece, right? This isn't the best, just so I'm clear. I'd never do the best of posing, but you know, I give it a go anyway. So there we go. Let's wrap up this video. It felt like a must to finish this this video off with probably one of my first interactions with the Sentinel in X-Men, the animated series, 1992, the original, obviously, where the Sentinels came after the X-Men after they attacked a government facility to destroy lots of names, and Morph saved Wolverine's life and was left for dead, as well as Beast, who was left for dead and ended up in jail, obviously a bit beasty, so he was survived, whereas Morph was twisted by Sinister. So yeah, this is a beautiful, beautiful figure. I'm so glad that I got this. It may be an animated version, but I feel like I can make this work. It's not as bad in terms of the animated look as what I thought it would in terms of the head sculpt is probably the most noticeable piece, but even then, you know, I can definitely deal with that. A fantastic piece. I'm very, very happy that it has it. And now he's got his master mold up there as well. So I'm looking forward to getting a couple more of these and having a nice display of them. So let me know how many you brought. Let me know what you think of this figure. Let me know if, I guess if you're good, you didn't get it and you're going through those painful second market ways of getting it. If you like my channel, please subscribe. Thank you for watching. Thank you to everybody that's subscribed already. Make sure you look after yourself. And as always, embrace geekiness. Take care. Goodbye.